Zacks Rank Buys, stocks with a short-term buy or strong buy recommendation. Now, here are more Zacks Rank Buys. Time now for another round of momentum stocks with Mike Vodicka. Mike is our momentum stock analyst here at Zacks.com, and we've talked about this one once before, I think. Almost Family, AFAM, the ticker symbol, in the institutional healthcare services market.
That's right, yeah. They've gotten some play here at Zacks just because they've been performing really well here. And like you said, they do institutional healthcare, but they also do at-home healthcare services too. They actually send a healthcare physician into someone's house to give them assistance with their day-to-day living. The company operates exclusively on a domestic basis, so no international exposure. And it's a fairly small company. They fall under the classification of a micro cap with a market capitalization of $366 million. And one of the reasons why we continue to talk about companies like this is because they come from the healthcare sector, and what we've seen is this is a segment of the market, again, that's held up fairly well over the last 6 months when there's been a lot of volatility in the overall market.
Held up or making actual advances?
Actually, I mean, a number of these companies have actually continued to advance. Some companies have traded sideways, but really we've seen, generally speaking, just more strength in this segment than other parts of the market. We saw that show up in the company's third quarter results reported in early November. Their net services revenue was up 84% from a year ago. That's a really big spike. Their income more than doubled. It climbed up to $4.7 million from $1.9 million. Once again, they beat estimates. They reported earnings of 56 cents per share ahead of the consensus estimate of 45 cents a share. So that's a pretty nice profile on their quarterly results.
Sure.
After the good quarter, analysts went ahead and they raised their estimates here. The next year estimate is now pegged at $2.51 per share, and that's a 21% earnings growth projection. Mm-hmm. I wanted to move into the chart, talk about the chart a little bit here, also because it's been fairly bullish. Since July, the share price is trading about $25, and since then it's almost doubled. I think it's traded off the high a little bit more recently here, but it did top off at $50 recently, so the company has been performing really well.
Okay. You also wrote about Cantel Medical Corporation recently, CMN, the ticker symbol. They are in infection prevention, whatever that means.
That's right. They do have a fairly wide product offering here, but again, they are medical and healthcare products. And this is also a kind of a small company, too, a micro cap market capitalization of only $240 million, so it's fairly small.
What does that mean, infection prevention?
I'm sure it can mean lots of different things here. I know one of the things they do is they develop and manufacture water purification systems, and then they also work with components for dialysis machines. Okay. So like I said, they have a fairly wide product offering. Okay. But again, this is a company that really has all the classic components of a momentum stock here. They're fresh off the heels of a really nice quarter. They saw a big jump in their income. Analyst estimates have been on the rise. They've been producing consistent earnings here. From a financial profile here, the company mentioned that they have $16 million on their books, which isn't like a ton of money, but it's fairly substantial, and they're paying down their debt right now. Their debt's down 21% year over year, and it's down to about $41 million right now. From a valuation perspective, with the next year estimate pegged at 88 cents, it's fairly expensive stock here. It's trading with a forward PE multiple of about 17 times, so it's kind of expensive.
Down to $41 million from what?
Well, let's see here. They said it was down 21% here, so I think that would be somewhere maybe between $50 and $55 million from last year.
Pretty good ratchet down.
Absolutely, it is, definitely. And that's really going to help them in this environment here because companies are having a hard time accessing credit because of the credit markets have frozen, so that will definitely help them moving forward. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the chart goes for Cantel here, we've really seen a nice bounce in their share price just within about the last couple weeks or so. Shares bottomed out at less than $8 about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and since then they've topped off at $15, and they have a lot of momentum right now. It's a nice stock.
Do you own either of these two stocks?
No, I do not.
Recently, Mike has also written about Luminex Corp and Monroe Muffler, and if you want to see more about those companies and the text version of these two pieces that he's talked about here, these two stocks, he's got two separate pieces on them written as well. They're in the archive on Zacks.com. All you need to do is go to that homepage, look over to the right-hand side where the Zacks Rank Buys are listed, and click on the current headline next to the Momentum category, and it'll take you right to it. With Mike Vodicka, I'm Terry Ruffalo.